How to train your mind to attract infinite wealth in one day. Imagine you wake up in the morning and you realize that your life will be different now. Money doesn't run away anymore. It comes to you. It comes because your mind is no longer in debt, but in abundance. Because yesterday you were thinking about how to survive, but today you've learned to think like a magnet for wealth. I'm going to show you how to reset your mindset so that money flows naturally, quickly, and abundantly into your life. But first, tell me this. Are you tired of always being in short supply? Are you tired of watching others move forward while you feel stuck? Have you felt like you deserve more, but didn't know how to get into this game? This video is your entrance. We won't talk in abstract terms. There will be concrete practices, stories, and shocking shifts. I'll actually show you how you can rewrite everything in just one day. You're not just watching a video, you're starting a new journey. Like it, subscribe, and we'll get started. Because your new reality begins right now. I remember when I was 19, walking past store windows and not even looking at the prices. It wasn't because it was expensive, but because I had a gut feeling that it wasn't for me. It was like there were two worlds, their world and my world. And I already knew where I belonged. I worked, studied, even saved, but still remained at the bottom. Why? Because inside me lived a voice. You are not from a rich family. You have no investment. This is for others. And with this voice you do not argue. You believe it. And this means all your actions, goals, desires, already cut off beforehand. You think you're dreaming about money, but you're really just dreaming about your poor identity. You're not planning to make $100,000. You're planning to survive until the end of the month. You know what's scary? You don't even realize that your poor mindset is already activated. It's like a virus. You're just going through the motions. You're just living. But you're not living your own life. If you recognize yourself, please like this article, not because they are asking, but so that the brain will record the moment. I have acknowledged that this is in me, and I am ready to change it. The rich have a growth mindset, how to create, how to scale, how to use opportunities. The poor have a survival mindset, how not to lose, how to cut, how to hold on. And here's the paradox. You think you're getting smarter when you save, when you're afraid to take risks, when you're saving 300 rubles. But this is the main training camp of poverty. The more often you choose not to lose, the further you are from wealth. Right now, do a simple thing. Write in notes 3 of your last financial decisions, and ask one question. Was it a decision out of fear or out of creation? If all 3 are out of fear, congratulations, you just caught yourself by the hand. If this video already moves your brain, subscribe, because it will be much harder to go further. And you must be ready for the next stage. Money is not an event. It is not came. It is the result of a habit of thinking repeated 1,000 times. And every day you either strengthen yourself rich or poor. Just look at your morning actions. Procrastination, scrolling, putting off the difficult. Congratulations, you're doing the morning exercise of poverty. My friend earned 300,000 last year, but this year he's back to 60,000. Do you know why? Because his mindset couldn't handle it. He didn't change himself on the inside. He just found himself in a temporarily wealthy situation, but he remained a poor person with money. And a poor person with money always resets. From now on, every action, ask yourself, is this strengthening my rich mindset or my poor mindset? This breaks the pattern. This puts a pause. And the pause is the main tool for growth. And now you understand. Poverty is not a sum in your account. It is a system of thoughts. But now the question is, how to train a new mindset. How? Every day, even in chaos, to create a millionaire mindset within yourself. Now we will move on to this. And it's going to be tough. Because the second rule of wealth is you don't get to whine. You either take control or you play the excuse game. You don't get rich the moment the money comes. You get rich the day you say inside yourself, I am different. I'm no longer playing the poor version of myself. Does this sound like a banal advice from a self-help book? And now imagine this scene. You are in a traffic jam. Ahead, a guy in a Porsche. You look at him and think, probably helped parents, probably stole. And this is the key moment. You don't just look. You separate yourself. You say to yourself, this is not about me. This is the mindset of the poor. Poverty is not in your pocket. Poverty is when you deny yourself the right to more. True wealth begins with one decision. I am no longer the person who thinks small. Open a note and name it Rich Me. Imagine that you are a millionaire, but you have been placed in the body of today's you. What would you do? Answer the following questions. How do I think in the morning? How much time do I give myself for procrastination? How do I respond to fears? How do I behave when I don't have money? How do I react to the opinions of others? What do I consume? On YouTube, in food, in relationships. This is not just visualization. This is reprogramming the subconscious. The brain does not distinguish between reality and a detailed scenario. This means that you can rewrite your identity right now. If you really do this, describe your rich me in the comments. I will read it personally. I will choose the most powerful version to analyze it in a separate video. Share it, and you will solidify this shift. You think, when I have money, I will start acting, but the rich do the opposite. First, action, then confirmation, then the result. My friend Dan was completely broke. He rented an apartment for $6,000 and slept on the floor. But every morning he got up, shaved, put on a jacket, and went to work in a coffee shop with a laptop. Why? He said, I can't sit like a loser and wait for someone to give me a chance. I already now have to live like the one I want to become. 8 months later, he sold his first business. Now he has a clothing brand in London. It's not about luck. It's about deciding to live as if you are already who you want to be. Write down one action that your rich me would do. Do it in the next 30 minutes. Example: respond to a difficult request, cancel a toxic meeting, submit an application that you've been putting off, invest at least $500 in growth, remove the app that pulls you down, and most importantly, fix. It wasn't me. It was the rich me. Your brain will remember this. It will adjust, and it will serve the new image, not the old habits. Every new action paves a neural track. The more often you choose the behavior of the rich, the more you literally stop being yourself. If you've caught this shift inside right now, press like. It's not for me. It's like an anchor for yourself. I started. I chose. There are two energies. Energy of request. Give me. Someday. If lucky. Energy of attraction. I am already worthy. I choose. I create value. I am a money magnet. Attention. If your room is a visual confirmation of poverty, a pile of rubbish junk things without meaning, old blankets, tasteless wallpaper, your subconscious mind sees, I live in survival. I don't have time for wealth. Practice. Field audit. Go to your room. Look at it through the eyes of someone who makes $10,000 a month. Questions. What things would he throw away? What would he add? What would he start to respect? Example. Buy a $300 candle with a good scent. Move the table so it's brighter. Remove all visual noise. Does this seem silly? And now remember, the rich always create an environment in which money is the norm, and the poor tolerate what is. Even the cup from which you drink coffee affects the way you treat yourself. Throw out all the dishes from the hostel. Buy yourself one cool cup and drink from it every day as a ritual. I live in abundance. I choose beauty. I choose dignity. If you still have a calendar with cats from 2009 hanging on your wall, and a jar of pennies for a rainy day next to it, you know, the universe won't take you seriously. Close your eyes. Imagine that what you want is already in the past. You've already got it. You've already become it. You don't get excited. You don't scream. You don't shout. You just live with it. Calmly, confidently, without euphoria. Because this is your new normal. Capture the feeling. This is your reference point. This is what you will return to every day. First, in your mind. Then, in your actions. Then, in reality. And now you've started the transformation. You don't act like you used to. You don't think like you used to. You don't live like you used to. You've started a new cycle. But to solidify it, you need the final, deepest step. This is the point of no return. This is when you can no longer go back. The most terrifying poverty is not in your wallet, and in the fact that you have learned to live as if you can no longer. Now we will reach the very core, the point from which you will not return back. Imagine that since birth you have put on the glasses of poverty. You do not know that they are on you, but they distort everything. You see the rich as swindlers' money, as a source of evil abundance, as something not for us success, as a game with unfair rules, your potential, as come on, who am I? And the hardest thing, it's not your fault. You were taught that. Remember, you're in a store, reaching for a toy. Put it back. We don't have money for this. Words that are heard hundreds of times in childhood become your internal firmware. It's not just a phrase. It's a command in the subconscious. You can't. You don't deserve. Money is a strain. The psychology of poverty. People are not afraid of wealth. destroying the image of themselves, which they are used to. The brain protects the identity, even if it destroys your life. Exercise. The Code of Poverty 1. Remember 3 phrases you heard about money when you were a child. For example, money doesn't grow on trees, all the rich are thieves, be more modest too. Write down what this led to in your life. 3. Write each of these phrases in a new way. Money comes easily when I create value. I can be rich and honest. My humility is in my actions, not in my dreams. 4. Read them aloud every day for 30 days. The brain needs repetition. The subconscious changes only through ritual. If you really do this exercise, write your old code and new code in the comments. The best ones I will read aloud in the next issue. And yes, a like and a subscription is not just support, it is an action from your new version. The most common thought of a poor mind. To earn a lot, you have to suffer a lot. Where does this come from? From the system, school, family. Work gets everything is about work, not about value. You were taught, if you want to earn, do a lot. But the reality today is different. It is not those who do a lot who earn, but those who deeply understand how value and attention work. The rule of the rich. 1000x leverage. You take one step, and it works for you 1000 times. Examples. A YouTube video that's been watched for 5 years, an information product that's been purchased in a dream, a service wrapped in a powerful personal brand, an investment that grows without your involvement. The rich don't sell their time. They build a system that works while they sleep. Practice. The leverage of the week. 1. Ask yourself, what do I do manually that can be automated or packaged? 2. Examples. Instead of 1-hour consultations, gets make a checklist or a course. Instead of routine tasks, gives hire an assistant. Instead of chaotic content, gives create a series of videos with a funnel. 3. Put it in your calendar. 1 step towards the system this Friday. This is not about dreams. This is about a new support. If you want more of these videos, and most importantly, if you want your new version to stick, you need the subscription, not me. It's like a digital contract. I'm continuing on my path. This is the most important moment. Have you heard stories where people, after going through something difficult, change forever? The departure of a loved one, loss, an accident, deep pain. At such moments, the old personality dies. You can no longer be the same. You don't just want to, you have to become new. I suggest to go through it voluntarily, to create an artificial point of no return. Practice. Letter of death of poverty. Sit. Take a sheet and write, _today I die. The one who lived in fear, in compromise, in patience, in hope, in waiting, in phrases like later, someday, if I'm lucky. I am no longer him. I have started a new life. I am a magnet for opportunities, a creator of wealth, a man who is worthy and takes. Signature. Date. Burn the sheet. Or bury it. Or make a video of you tearing it up. Ritual is a bridge between the mind and reality. Don't be afraid to be strange. The strange become free. Imagine you're leaving your apartment. Behind you is the old you. You don't say goodbye. You just walk, without words, without looking back. Your face is calm. You know, you're not going back. Pause the video. Do this exercise, and when you come back, leave a comment with the word no return. This is your marker. This is your starting point. You're no longer watching motivation. You're living in transformation. And now, you've gone through 3 stages. 1. Create a rich version of yourself. 2. Started acting from it. 3. Remove the poverty code and past the point of no return. There is only 1 step left. I will tell you more about it, where we will summarize. We will fix everything, and we will give you a manifesto, the one that you will read every morning. Are you ready? Write in the comments, yes, I am ready to live a new life, and I will give you a conclusion. You've removed the poverty code, but there's one more layer. Poverty isn't just a mindset. It's a lifestyle of zero exposure. You avoid pressure. You avoid responsibility. You avoid loss. But wealth, true wealth, lives on the edge of uncertainty, and only those who learn to feel safe in the unknown can access it. You say you want millions, but your daily actions say, please, just don't overwhelm me. Let's break a myth. Money doesn't just go to those who deserve it. It flows to those who can hold it. If you can't handle 10K a month without guilt, you won't hold 100K without sabotage. So here's a truth bomb. Wealth is about capacity. Practice. Expand your container. 1. Do something that stretches your nervous system today. Pitch yourself to someone you think is out of your league. Raise your prices. Say no to something cheap, not out of ego, but self-respect. This is how you increase your internal ceiling, and your income rises to match it. Poor minds talk to justify. Rich minds listen to a parade. You've probably heard the phrase, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. But here's what's not said. If you're the loudest in the room, you're definitely in the wrong mindset. Start noticing. How quickly do you interrupt? How often do you defend your current version? How uncomfortable do you feel hearing things that challenge your identity? Wealth grows in silence. Silence is space, and space is potential. Next conversation you enter, just listen 90%. Don't correct. Don't explain. Don't resist. Let the new frequency rewire you. Most people start with hustle, wake up, grind, push, proof. That's fine at first, but it's not scalable. Hustle is the energy of debt. Magnetism is the energy of surplus. You know you've entered wealth consciousness when you stop begging for attention and start commanding respect silently. You don't chase, you attract. You're no longer obsessed with income, but with value creation. So here's a warning. If you're still addicted to effort, you might repel the ease. Practice the magnetic R1. Set 1 hour a day with zero reaction. No calls, no dismiss, no panic. Just creation, vision, deep thinking. Let your presence multiply instead of divide. You've made the shift, but now, burn the ships. You must leave no way back. So ask yourself this final question. If this transformation was permanent, what would I destroy today? A limiting relationship, a job that keeps you in survival, a toxic social circle. You cannot become rich by dragging the poor version of you into the future. Make one irreversible move and write it in the comments. Bridge burnt. Wealth starts when you give the universe no plan B. Let me ask you this. How much do you earn right now? Really? What's the number? Now here's the brutal truth. That number is not just about your skills. It's about who you believe you are. Your current income is a mirror, not of your potential, but of your self-identity. You think you're a freelancer worth $300, then you'll behave like a $300 freelancer. Hesitant, apologetic, grateful for crumbs. You think you're a six-figure entrepreneur stuck in a transition phase. Then even before the money comes, you'll speak, walk, act, and negotiate differently. Here's the loop of identity that traps most people. 1. I see low results gives 2. I assume I'm not good enough gives 3. I act small gives 4. I get small results again. It loops until you break it by declaring a new identity first, before the results. You don't wait for evidence, you become the evidence. Practical, the mirror rewrite tonight. Stand in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eyes and say, the version of me that earns $10,000 already exists. She is not in the future. She is waiting for me to show up now. Then list 3 daily behaviors that this identity would commit to, and write them down. This exercise sounds cheesy, but it activates the neural identity shift your brain needs to believe. This is not motivation. This is who I am now. Do this for 7 days. Then come back and comment. My new self has landed. You've done a giant job. You've gone through 3 powerful stages that have rewritten your mindset. You're no longer the one who was afraid of wealth or thought that money was suffering. You're the creator of your reality, a magnet for opportunity and abundance. But listen, this is just the beginning. Everything we've done is the foundation. The real transformation happens in action. Every day, every hour, every minute. Here's what you should do right now. 1. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because here you'll get the insights and practices that really change your life. 2. Like this video. It's a signal to the algorithm that people like you need such deep topics. 3. Write in the comments which of the 3 subtopics you liked the most. Share your discoveries and difficulties. We are a community that will support and encourage you. 4. If you want me to make a second part with even more specific actions to transform your mindset, write the word want in the comments, and I will definitely make it. 5. Take the first step from the exercise today. Not tomorrow, not when you have time, but today. And remember, abundance is not just about money. It's about your inner state, your thoughts, your environment, and the way you see the world. You have already started living differently. Let this feeling become your daily companion. I believe in you. And this video is just the beginning. Now, go forward, to wealth, to freedom, to the life you deserve. If you want me to make more powerful videos like this, Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. Your support is the fuel for our shared success. See you in the new videos. Keep your course on abundance and don't let go.